figure it out. So, cool. I figured I would just jump on for a little while. I've got about an hour or so. I figured I'd do a stream and actually do some hobby work, maybe a little bit of it. Figured we'd sit and chat, bullshit, pass a little bit of time, and maybe I'll get a little bit of something done. Now, I know my top-down camera is terrible. I just dug out a old, like it's like a C260 or something. It's like an old school video webcam. So from South Korea, cool, wow. So, all right, let's see if I can figure this out. So South Korea, I'm gonna guess about 11 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe midday. I wonder if I'm even close. I know it's a roughly 12 hours ahead, but eventually I'll start remembering this stuff, because I know if I ever go online late at night, I get a lot of folks from kind of the Pacific side of the world. I know normally had last time I had some Aussies on, which was pretty cool. Anyway, so yeah, apologies for the top camera here. Chaos Undivided from the USA, not very interesting. Noon, wow, okay, I pretty much called it. Wow, hey, that's cool. The USA is not very interesting, or Chaos Undivided, I don't know. Chaos Undivided's not uninteresting. I think Chaos Undivided's badass. USA, I live her as well. It is what it is. Alright, let me find some paints here, I guess. Probably should have been set up for this, shouldn't I? But it's all good. Okay. So yeah, I don't know if anyone's, because it looks like a few people are dropping in actually. 5 people in here, that's awesome. At the moment, I am actually going to do the thing I hate the most, which is painting metallics. Absolutely freaking hate metallics. So I can never get it right, and I just feel like I'm always screwing up the brushes. So I figure, why the hell not? What we got here? I hope these paints are still good. There we go. All right. USA isn't very special in seeing on streams. Yeah, I know we. Yeah, I understand what you mean. Well, you know, it's like I made a comment or something in a video a little while ago, because the live stream I did do, what, a month ago now, the kind of like random one. Oh, excuse my janky wet palette here, homemade wet palette. Alright, okay, I've got too many thoughts going on. So the last live stream I did, not the TTS one, the sort of sit and chat deal, had a bunch of people from Australia, someone from Japan. It was pretty awesome. So it was like my normal live streams when they're up and running are probably just going to have to be kind of geared more towards like evening time in the US and the UK, because when I have Dara Ashen Marines co-hosting, he's in Ireland, I'm in the USA, so we've got to kind of find that middle ground. But I would like to when I can, every other week, something like that, do something kind of a bit later in the evening for me, because it's about 10:30 here, which hopefully, you know, lets people, you know, South Korea, Australia, Japan, anyone in those kind of time zones which kind of normally get ignored by the US and Europe and that, which, you know, it's just how it is really, isn't it? Hopefully you'll have like good content creators over there in your time zones. From Bolivia, sweet, down South America, right? Bolivia, is it South America or Central America? I think it's South America, right? So we're about to find out. Yeah, Chaos Undivided is badass. We're about to find out if my paint is still good. I think I can get some out of that. But yeah, Balthazar Gold. Yeah, I'm well, East Coast time zone. I actually live in Ohio. It's, you know, Midwest really, ain't it? Um, but yeah, it's 10:30. South America, okay. Yeah, I thought. You know, when I was at school, you know, like a younger kid, I would, I loved atlases. Like, I don't know how old everyone here is on the stream. You may just purely have grown up at school with like computer learning and stuff, but we used to have real books and have to learn from them. But I used to have an atlas, like a sort of kids atlas, and I would just spend hours like just looking at maps and like sort of some of the stuff from there. So I'm reasonably knowledgeable about where places are in the world. I'm not like super, you know, I'm not going to say I'm like super knowledgeable or anything, but anyway, so what I was going to say, right, so I'm not a good painter. I'm just not. Like, I can make it get by tabletop standard, but something that I thought would be cool, man. See, I always get sidetracked. So I've set up my lighting for the camera, but now it's awful for painting. But it's not going to make a difference for me, is it? But yeah, I want to be able to do these kind of things, and then if anyone here has any kind of tips, suggestions, tell me I'm being a dumbass for doing something paint wise, let me know. Sorry if I kind of white out a little bit. I just want to try and use my camera light, and it's going to throw the green screen off a bit, but you're just looking at a dirty wet palette. But I'll try. Oh man, I'm sorry about the focus here. I'm going to buy a second decent camera for this thing. Yeah, it's like atlases. It's just like one of those things. Man, I'm caught between a rock and a hard place here. My headphones won't stretch anymore. I'll try and keep stuff. Alright, if I go about here, you may be able to kind of get a little something here. I will check in on the chat, folks. Don't worry, I'm not going to ignore you. That's literally the point of me being here. Because, you know, I could hobby by myself, but figured have someone to talk to. But yeah, if you have any advice for me, or general advice for anyone really, you know, like recommended brushes, recommended, you know, I don't know, like, because I'm just so, painting is just not my jam. Like, I'll be honest, I should probably be wearing glasses, and I should definitely have better lighting in here, but if I put my overhead light on, you'll get blinded by the reflection off my head. So I'm doing it for you. I'm here for you. Don't worry about that. But yeah, okay. So how's everyone's day going? Anyone been up to anything interesting? I don't know, school, work, any cool stuff going on? Played any 40k recently? Put some comments in there. Let's talk about something. Let's talk about something cool. But yeah, I would be obsessed with atlases. And, you know, and like encyclopedias, like just like the stupid big ass books, like the big heavy books, like I don't know, excuse me, like my grandparents would always have like the Encyclopedia Britannica and stuff like that. And I don't necessarily remember reading. You know, especially as a kid, I would just be like looking at pictures and stuff. But I used to love that. I don't know why. Like, man, I've got an 11-year-old daughter. She won't read a book to save her life. I don't understand it. I love reading. She's smart on a whip, but she don't like to read. Why do I like the World Eaters? That's a good question. That's a good question. And so when I was a kid, I got into like some Warhammer stuff. Like I started off with fantasy, had some high elves, some skeleton warriors. I think I got a Christmas present or something of some like the big ass cool box of skeleton warriors, and I just thought, wow, this is cool. I didn't really understand it. I'm, you know, probably 8 to 10 years old. We're talking like right at the end of the 80s, really. And man, I'm not being a good host here, but so I got into that, and it was cool. Like, built them up. Me and my brother would kind of like play with them, and basically playing toy soldiers. Didn't really play with the rules. And then a couple of years later, when I went into a Games Workshop store, I think Tottenham Court Road in London, to be honest. But I don't know if anyone has ever been to London. Tottenham Court Road, there used to be a tiny hole-in-the-wall Games Workshop. Like, it's moved because I went there last time I went back to England last year, and it's a much bigger store now, but it used to be like literally a hole in the wall. And where am I going? Anyway, I went in there and to like look around and seen a Khan model, like the old metal, you know, Khan. And I was like, whoa, this dude's badass. So picked him up, didn't do anything with him. Bought some, I don't know, probably some Terminators or a bike or something, I don't know. Me and my brother painted him up. Oh, got on a Abaddon, the older Abaddon as well. Thought it was cool. And then sort of kind of, I didn't necessarily grow out of 40k or Warhammer, I just moved on to other stuff. I've always been like a nerd and whatnot, just into other things. And then as I became a teenager, I don't know, sort of later teens, when I was an early teenager, I was really into black metal, like the, you know, the old dark satanic stuff, much to my parents' chagrin. But I got into death metal, and I was probably about 16, 17, and heard the band Bolt Thrower. I was like, oh shit, this is what I'm about, you know. That was just like, I'm still a massive fan, but and I regret never getting to see him live. R.I.P. Kitty. But of course they have a song, World Eater, and I was like, I know what that is. So, you know, I think I dug up some of my old models and stuff, and it was cool, and I just kind of liked it. But then I never got back into 40k. I started reading the books, like the Horus Heresy novels and stuff again, when I just about got married, so we're talking about 13, 14 years ago, when I moved over here to the US. And picked them up, and eventually got back into the game. And when I first got back into 40k, right before 8th dropped, it was like probably the last 3 or 4 months of 7th. I bought some Space Marines because me and my daughter bought a box, and I was trying to, you know, hey, we could play this together. This would be a cool time. And it was Space Marines and Orcs, and we built them, we painted them, we played a couple little games, super fun. But she just really wasn't interested. Although she does really like Orcs, she'll still wah at me every now and again. Not as much as I wish, growing up. But and I painted, or I played with them for a minute. I was like, this just isn't me. Like, I enjoy them, but it's not me. I was like, it's time. So I sold them off. I wish I hadn't, because it was still like, it was my first real painted army. Sold them off and started buying Chaos stuff. I was like, there's only one way to go with this. It's World Eaters. And the reason I like them, beyond that kind of nostalgia effect, I love their lore. I think they're iconic. I think, like, Khan is just such a cool character. Like, a lot of people would think, oh, he's just, you know, like, mindless berserker and stuff. But he's fucking cool. Like, especially when, with the better lore that, like, like Aaron Dembski Bowden's created for him and stuff. With the, like, Betrayer and, like, the whole Horus Heresy backstory that we're sort of getting. I think it's just a cool character. I think Angron is an absolute study in tragedy. I mean, I'm not going to, like, pretend like it's Shakespearean or anything, but, like, when you read, like, Slave of Nuceria and some of the Siege of Terror, like, I don't want to spoil anything for anyone, because I don't know how much everyone's read. But there's like a, it's not really a conversation, but it's like a juxtaposition between Sanguinius and Angron in the Siege of Terror, and like, as Sanguinius is kind of feeling what Angron's feeling, and it's like, oh my god, it's really well written, and it just makes someone like Angron, who's just a big red demon, like, you're like, man. But yeah, I just love that stuff. If I mix down Retributor Armor with some Lamia Medium, Matte Medium and water, works way better. Okay. I don't have any Lamia Medium. I have Liquitex Matte Medium. But I will be going to the paint store, well, the game store soon. Let me get some actual Lamia Medium, because I need to. I'm not a brand purist at all. I have GW paints because honestly, I would buy lots on eBay, and if it come with a bunch of paints, I'd keep the paints. So that's why I've got a load of paints, and I've got like Vallejo Game Air and stuff. But I will try that. Lamia Medium, which I'm aware of, just don't have any, and Retributor Armor. That's like the sort of the one you use for like Stormcast Eternals, right? It's like a more brilliant gold. Got no idea for painting on World Eaters. Never really liked their post-heresy colour scheme. I understand that. Like I do. Like I really like the white and blue. Like the pre-heresy colours. But I started in red, and I figure out I'm like I enjoy putting individuality and my kind of uniqueness in my kit bashing. I'm not like great or anything, but that's where I put my character, like with my poses and stuff. Now, like I said, I'm not super good at it. I'm not going to pretend like I'm an expert or anything, but that's where I really enjoy building. I don't enjoy painting. I'm sorry, but it's also something that's got to be done because I've had these. Let me see if I can get a decent. So these are my. I've shown them in pictures before. It's not going to go in focus, is it? Sorry. So these are the Assault Intercessors, and yeah, I'm sorry for the bad imagery, guys. But I've given them the axes from the Horus Heresy 30k range of Rampagers, and then they've got the like Mark II helms with the Remissum on there, and I've got like 10 of them, and that I've got them primed red. Well, a couple of base coats of red. I think I primed them black, but I did my troops with a base spray of Retributor Armor, Blood Angel Red on the armor panels, then shade everything in Reichland Fresh Red. So you base paint them in a gold chud, and then you fill in the panels. Makes sense. Do you get a cool like kind of like that metallic shine through, or is because I know red's pretty heavy on pigment, right? So does it just cover it up and it just looks like you're just filling in the gaps? And Reichland, yeah, I always use Nuln Oil, but I do have Reichland here. So that is something I can definitely try if I can get hold of a rattle can of the gold. I'm sure there's going to be an equivalent Krylon or something, ain't there? Hopefully. Might have to go somewhere. I hate going to Hobby Lobby. I just don't like giving them money, but sometimes you're in a pinch, and which that's just an excuse, ain't it? Which do you think will come out first, Emperor's Children or World Eaters? Codex. I can't say. It could be either. Like we've had like those kind of hints in the you get little snippets in the big rule book or Codex or something. We know Fulgrim's around, and we know Angram is around, and we know. Do we know? I'm not sure about honestly like the Legion activities. Shroud of Night, which was the second Dark Imperium book after 8th dropped, because they released like a little trilogy of like generic Space Marine Bolter fiction, but Shroud of Night was the one with the Alpha Legion they were working for it was an Emperor's Children warband leader found a bunch of Alpha Legion Marines on like a planet of that had been like a combat arena planet or something, kind of cheesy, and plucked them up and basically put them on a special mission to go and steal something or do something Alpha Legion-y. And when they're on the planet, Celestine arrives and Khan arrives. Khan's just like a machine. It's just so good. It's like it's a decent book. It's not. We're not talking like betrayal level quality or anything, but it is a good book. It's what you want. If you're just like, you don't want to be thinking, you just want to be like reading about Khan killing people. Khan is absolutely ballistic. It's like Full Metal Khan. He is a bolt thrower song. It's just like relentless. He's just like, oh my god, it's so much fun. But so that set, you know. Now I know there's like some kind of retcon with how it all works, so I don't know. So Khan, at least in the Butcher Horde, are present because he just killed Celestine, although you know she comes back. But the Emperor's Children, it wasn't anyone particularly notable. I don't think. It wasn't like Eidolon or Lucius or any of them. I mean, obviously Baal's going around, but it's hard to call Fabius Baal Emperor's Children. I mean, obviously gene seed wise he is, but you know, he runs his own. He's got his own game, and I really like Fabius Baal as well. So tangent. I don't know what's going to come out first. I would love them both. My dream would be a big box Khorne or World Eaters versus Emperor's Children. Give us an exalted champion for the World Eaters, new Khorne Berserkers and Mutilators, and I don't know, something else. Either dedicated Red Butcher models, like, because you know, like the Death Guard get Blight Lords and stuff, or whatever they are, Death Shroud, I don't know. Like actual Red Butcher models, like 40k versions. The 30k ones are awesome, but like they're still in, you know, they've got the 30k vibe to them, which is cool and it absolutely works. But I'm talking, you know, like spikes and chains and, you know, like just like, oh wow. And then I would love Emperor's Children to get Noise Marines, a new Lucius, because Lucius is terrible, the model. He really does need an update, I'll give him that. And Sonic Dreadnought and a Berserker Dreadnought. Yes, the Berserker Dreadnought. Oh. And what else could Emperor's Children get? They can create something else for them. And just have like, not like a mirror match, but you know, it's like 500 points each or something. Squad of 8 Berserkers, Berserker Dreadnought, 2 Mutilators and an Exalted Champion, or a new named character for World Eaters, and then Lucius, or something like him. But they need, he could be like a separate model because they're going to charge you $50 for him, ain't they? Crap, do I even need any more gold at the minute? Yeah, let's put some right here. That would be the dream. Trick question is Alpha Legion. It is always Alpha Legion. Does anyone know? I remember hearing this piece of lore, and I've tried to look it up, but like my Google foo is bad. So a piece of lore about the Alpha Legion where they snuck into the Imperial Palace, and I'm not talking about Praetorian of Dawn. It's like a codex snippet bit of lore. But the Alpha Legion like snuck into the Imperial Palace or something like that, and they leave like a message, like "haha, we got in" or something like that. Like totally like trolling the custodies or custodes, whatever you want to call them, and you know, like the guards. It's just like a complete like. I just thought it was like badass. Like, Alpha Legion are cool. I like all the legions. No, it's the Rainbow Warriors. Whatever happened to the Rainbow Warriors? Because they were like a legit chapter, weren't they? Like in the old days, like the old Rogue Trader stuff. Your content is really cool. I've been thinking of starting my own channel. Thanks for what you do. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate it when it, you know, like it makes a big difference to hear that you appreciate it. Because I enjoy putting it out, and as long as I'm making people happy and you're enjoying what I'm putting out, then I'm doing a good job. And starting a video or starting a channel of your own, well, I don't know if you saw the video I dropped earlier, probably a few hours ago. I'm thinking of doing a video that gives advice on how to start up a 40k YouTube channel. That is necessarily going to be a bit clickbaity, because like, oh my god, like I've had to learn a lot. And a lot of it has honestly been through watching clickbait YouTube videos by people that literally make YouTube videos about how to make YouTube videos. but I've learned a decent amount. I'm not an expert, but I think. Give me a second. I don't know if my cat's scratching or my daughter's coming downstairs. Hold on. That's the cat scratching. Stupid cat. But yeah, so I've learned a decent amount. I've got a long way to go. Don't get me wrong. I didn't even need gold here. Let's do another layer. Hell with it. And I think I could put out something like that gives advice and tips, like legitimate advice, not like here's a generic thing, top 5, big picture of my smiling face, red arrows, you know, top 5 craziest YouTube, none of that bullshit. Like legit equipment you would consider if you know, if you want to make a bat rap channel, which I don't have, but I have an idea of what you'd want. If you want to make a channel like mine, which is kind of like tactics and lore, you know, it's like most of my stuff is just like images on the screen. I do these live streams and stuff, but and the chill main burn and stuff like that with webcam. But like, you don't need a webcam. You're gonna want a mic, like one of these, a microphone, and that's where you want to put your money. But I'm thinking of doing a video for that. So, Caleb, keep your eyes peeled, because it is something I'll probably do, because I think I want to grow the community, and I want to be part of. I want to be a positive influence on a growing community as well. Oh my god, the music! I just heard that dial tone, and I thought like something was going on. That's so confusing. Can everyone hear the music in the background? Because I was struggling to set that up, because I just wanted some like noise in the background, so it wasn't just me heavy breathing. But yes, anyway, sorry, digress again. I'm going to set that up. I want to try and help people get started, give you some decent advice, rather than you just struggling around in the dark. It's going to be hard work, no matter what. If you're going to start up a channel or any kind of platform, it's going to be hard work. Trust me, it is. It's practically a second full-time job. I've got a full-time job. I work, 40 to 50 hours a week, night shift. I've actually, today and tomorrow, so it's Tuesday and tomorrow Wednesday, my first 2 days off since COVID started. So it gets pretty tiring. And having to, create content and engage and just do the right thing, it gets tiring. But if you've got the time and energy, it doesn't necessarily need to be an expensive thing. It does need time though. I've got a half sleeve tattoo of Karma. Oh hell yeah. I'm jealous of that. That, I bet that's badass. Oh, I've got to stop putting gold on here. Sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. It's paper towel. There we go. Yeah, that, I bet that's badass. I'm jealous. Do you name your models, or is that something? Yes, I absolutely do name my models. When I did my Army Showcase a few weeks ago, don't know, maybe I didn't put the names. I was intending to like have the names and a bit of backstory. Maybe I didn't. But yeah, certainly my HQs, like my lords and exalted champions, stuff like that. I've got them all in a text file somewhere. Lead Belcher, there we go. Is this the one that? No, it's not Dracula. Yeah, I give them all names. I give them backstories. I'm cool with that. I'm a big old nerd. Like, that kind of creative stuff is cool. Like, I wish I was a competent writer, like author, because I would love to do that. I've tried and I can't. So I just fulfill that with creating little bits of lore, really, and you know, epic deeds and failures, and always try and make my characters interesting, not just, you know, ultimate badasses. Khan is the exception because, well, I mean, like I said, he also has his own line of tragedy, but yeah, I absolutely do name my characters and stuff. I don't think it's weird at all. Yes, it's fairly glossy and metallic. The okay, so we're talking about the old Retributor and Blood Angel Red. Just finished Betrayer. Yes, it's such an awesome book. So good. Like, I couldn't, like, I'm so happy that we got lucky and had Aaron Dembski Bowden author that. Now, don't get me wrong, I love a lot of the Black Library authors. Dan Abnett's an absolute legend. Graham McNeil. Graham is he tells such a good story, and I know a lot of people don't care for him as much because he's a bit wordy. I think is like he goes on a bit. I like that. I'll sit there and, you know, if the story is sucking me in, if the plot, the way the characters are built up, if that works, I don't mind if there's a lot of exposition isn't the right word here, but I'm not talking American Psycho levels of detail, because I couldn't finish that book. I couldn't get past the initial shower scene. If anyone's read American Psycho, you know what I mean, where he's detailing all the crap, all the product he puts on himself. It's ridiculous. But yeah, Betrayer, awesome. Mike Brooks is another great author. I thought I was the only one who named all the minis. No, I think you're probably you're not alone here. I can't say that everyone does, but I would imagine there's a few more in the chat here who do as well. Even if it's like Badass Kick-Ass, the Blood Killer of Death and Slaughter, or something like that. It's still a name, ain't it? Really wish we could stay and watch, but hey, Ruby, no worries. Go to bed, get some sleep. You need to be well rested for school. That's far more important. But thank you for being here and for hanging out, even if it was briefly. Have to do it again. Stormwalker, in the 8th Codex Alpha Legion, get the High Lords of Terra Palace and put... Yes! So, oh, that's... Isn't it? It's in our codex. Did I lend my codex to my mate? Okay, I'm gonna have to reread that then, because it's so, like... It's such a flex. It's... It's like such a... What are you gonna do? What are you literally gonna do? We put the best sneaky people you've got, and we walked in and put such a move. Oh, look, I hate the whole concept and terminology of like alpha males and all that bullshit. Fuck off. I think that's all absolutely ridiculous. It's like yeah, I'm not gonna go off and run. But in this one case, that is an alpha move for the Alpha Legion. That is putting it on the table with no shame. Like, yes. Would love to see that video because I find a lack of Alpha Legion channels on YouTube, so I want to fill that gap. Yeah, Alpha Legion, maybe they're there. Maybe all their videos are unlisted or private, and like you've got to know the exact URL. Like you've got to do some like crazy research. Like it's all encrypted with not that anyone here is gonna know what mega upload is, right? No one knows what that is. Megaupload.nz. Right? Anyway. But yeah. You can hear the music, cool, okay. Yeah, I just thought I'd have a little something. Whilst I am a death metal fan, pretty much any metal, really, I actually also enjoy synthwave and retrowave, and I think it's better to have that as like a background music, because it's just, I know it's some of it's a bit more like electro and stuff and higher tempo, but for the most part it just goes. Whereas if I've got metal going on, I'm just gonna get carried away. Had a appointment with my daughter this afternoon, and driving back. Excuse me. She was sitting in the back of the car on her phone, chatting with her friends. She was it was the time where she was allowed her screen time. Alright, I'm gonna turn this shit off, change the radio station, put it on was it liquid metal or whatever, and got some absolute bangers on there. And she was like, "What are you listening to?" It's like, fucking hit the lights. Then we had some Motorhead. Then, oh my god, I wish, what was that? It was like a newer, like real heavy as fuck death metal band came on. Man, I even said I've got to remember this because I need to look them up, and now I've forgotten. But anyway, I digress. What do you think? Oh, hold on. Yeah, we're getting the music. What do you think of Possessed for World Eaters? I think they don't do at the moment. At the moment, they don't do anything that Berserkers don't already do. If they're in, what is it, Word Bearers, they're absolutely A++ murder monsters, just because of the things you can stack on top of them with psychic powers and some of the Word Bearer specific Faith and Fury crap. For World Eaters, yes, they're good. Like if that was the only, like let's say you had a model restriction, or you know, you for whatever reason. But I personally, whilst that yes, they get the 5-up invuln, they get 2. Well, right now they're 2 wounds. See what happens to them. I'm not sure if, I don't think the Death Guard Possessed got upgraded to 3 wounds, so maybe they won't get that. But for World Eaters, I just think you're going to use them to go and kill something 1,000 times, and Berserkers will do that just as well. And I believe they're cheaper. Every time I've looked at them, I just keep coming back to World Eaters, to Berserkers. Between Berserkers and Red Butchers, like if I need a tougher unit that's going to be good in combat, I'll go Red Butchers, because then you've got the option of shooting, and sure, you can only have 1 unit of them. But yeah, I just, hopefully that changes, or we get some Demon Kin action or something. That'd be cool. Oh no, Possessed, not the bulk of my army. No work tonight? No, I've got a night off. I just said a little while ago, since COVID started, this is the first day off I've had in over a year. I've got today and tomorrow off. My wife's out on a business trip, and I told my employers that I would be taking 2 days off to hang out with my daughter, or do the school runs and everything, and do all that. No work tonight. Greater Possessed are insane in 9th edition. Really? See, I've never run a Greater Possessed. I like them, and I've often considered it. In 8th, when Warp Talons had their like moment of glory from from Vigilus, when we could do the Host Raptorial, then Faith and Fury dropped, and we got Violent Urgency, and you could get that 6-inch charge with Warp Talons, no Overwatch, and it was just like glorious. I was trying to stack, and what was it, the Cornate, it's like a terrain piece that you can summon, Blood Altar, Skull Altar, I think. It buffs demon units with the demon keyword, then the Greater Possessed, and I was trying to build up all these corn related stacks to make a blob of 10 Warp Talons ultimate, and it was good. It wasn't efficient enough. It just wasn't. There was like, it was just, you always was spending too much of your army, but you could get like strength 6 or 7 Warp Talons with a 6-inch charge that didn't have Overwatch, that re-rolled wounds, hit on 2s, couldn't fail morale. I don't know. It was really cool, but for 1 unit or a couple units, was it worth it? No. You think you can make a video on how to magnetize certain units like Terminators? Oh, yeah, I'm the last person that should be making hobby advice videos, I can tell you that. Look, I'm still on the first guy. I'm still painting metallics. Like, probably most of you and anyone else who knows what the hell they're doing would have like knocked out this whole squad. I'm not going to finish it. No. I could, because I did magnetize my red butchers. I could try, but I would honestly feel more confident doing a collab with a genuine, competent hobbyist, whether they're a not necessarily a commission painter, but someone who knows their shit. Because I don't want to like say, oh yeah, use these from this website, and it's like they're like the shittest magnets possible. Oh man, yeah, there ain't no way I'm doing that bit. I was trying to do the like the rivets on the Remison. Yeah, that's not going to focus, is it? And yeah, I can't see well enough. I really need glasses. So I'm going to leave that for now, at least until I can put on better light. But I can fill in some other. Oh yeah, the little bits. What is it? It's like the unarmored parts of, you know, behind the knees and stuff like that. I always forget one part of this. But Brian, I could try and do something. I don't feel that I would give the best advice. So if I can find someone who can, and we can work something out, I can certainly do that. Who do I think the next Primarchs come out? Or none? No, they'll do more Primarchs. How much money can they make off fucking Primarchs? It's ridiculous. Like, I'm tempted to buy Mortarion, Magnus, and Guilliman just because they're such fucking awesome models. Like, I got no intention of playing any of them. I like, or even painting them. But like, I'm just like the inner plastic crackhead in me is like, buy them. They're awesome because they are fucking awesome. Oh wow, this guy's got a big ass gap there. That's embarrassing. So the next Primarch, look, this is just legit, like, all Legion loyalty aside, needs to be a loyalist. I hate that because I want it to be angry. It does, just for like the balance of the game. It really does. I think, I'm hoping. So you'll. Oh, I can't talk about spoilers. So there's a major player from from the Horus Heresy, basically, who's not a Primarch, who is entering the storyline again with tenuous loyalty. I don't know. Like, he's an Imperial character, but it's pretty dubious of his intentions are right now. But I don't want to spoil it for you because it's you probably already know. All of you already know, but I don't want to say it because, you know, if someone else watches this later, I don't want to mess it up for them. But yes, I think needs to be a loyalist Primarch. It just does, because aren't there any those bits on there? There we go. Need to bring a little bit of balance. I would like to see the lion. Oh my god, excuse me. Or Jakatai Khan, Korax. Korax could be interesting because he's, you know, like warp spawned or whatever. He not possessed, but he's like really dived deeply into his the shadow walking. Is that what it's called? Where like some of the Raven Guard can basically go invisible. I know or at least Korax can basically be like, now you see me, now you don't. I know they got some ability like that, but I think, yeah, Korax could be cool. Any of them really. Vulcan, because we know Vulcan's around somewhere. Hell, at this point, look, Rogel Dawn and Sanguinius could come back. I don't think they'll bring Sanguinius, but I do think Rogel Dawn will be back at some point. Cool, thanks. What do you think of Helldrakes or the Forge World Flyers? I like Helldrakes, but you know, Ashen Marines, Dara, however you know him from the Reddit, tactical genius, really knows his shit, has sold me on the Hellblades, the little whippy flyers, just because of their efficiency, what they can do in a game. Whilst move blocking has been changed because you can move over fly bases and stuff now, there's still options, because obviously they can't end their move on a base. This is terrible, but I got it done. Fuck it. Helldrakes, so hopefully the Codex will make Helldrakes good, because I've got 2 of them painted. I actually painted fucking Helldrakes, and I hated every goddamn minute of it, but I did it. Oh, I've already done my silvers here. So if Helldrakes would be okay if they made them good in combat. I don't care that they shoot like shit, that they, you know, might plink a couple wounds or kill a couple guardsmen in the shooting phase. That's fine. Like, sure, they're fucking dragons breathing fire, or, you know, autocannons, whatever you got them equipped with. But if they don't do amazing stuff in the shooting phase, whatever. I want them to rip and tear. I want them in the combat phase to be, you know, if they charge, they, you know, I know they're not a true flyer, but it's a fucking dragon. It's gonna come down. If you're a squad of Marines and a fucking dragon lands, oh shit, dragon lands on you, you're getting pulped. Should be some fucking mortal wounds or something. I don't know. The Helldrake could be good, but you know our luck. So at the moment, I think the Hell Talons are better rules wise. Obviously, they're a premium because they're Forge World units, so you're going to pay significantly more for them in literal money. I mean, but if I would wait for the code. Honestly, when it comes to buying models at this point, I'm like, unless it's like a super good deal, or you just want it for the hobby work, like you just want to paint it or something, go for it. But if you're going to use it and you have, you know, maybe you don't want to play competitively, but you do want to win games, wait for the Codex. Don't blow money unless you've got more money than sense. And that's hard because, my God, I just want to spend some money on Warhammer. Sorry. Oh, thanks, man. I'll post my Khan tattoo in the Discord. Yeah, do it. I also have a Fabius tattoo on my shin, but it's not coloured. Still, post that tattoo, man. I'd love to see that. That'd be badass. I'm thinking about 8 possessed plus a great possessed and a runner. At the moment, yes. I believe for the Death Guard, they changed it so possessed can't get in a rhino anymore, if I'm remembering that right. Could be wrong, and hopefully someone can correct that. But I'm pretty sure possessed kind of got a minor nerf that we can expect to see carry over. It's my guess. I don't know. Just basing it on, you know, it's. I think it's a fairly strong prediction, because it'd be hard to. I don't understand why they'd be inconsistent with that. There again, it's Games Workshop, and you know, who the hell knows why they make half the rules they do half the time. But yeah, but I think it, for now, if you've got the models, you know, why not? It's fun if nothing else. You know, when anyone asks me a question about which unit is better or is this unit good or something, I always approach it from basically a competitive point of view, and because that's just how I play. Now I do play fluffy games and stuff, but my default mode is competitive. Not that I'm a great player. I'm competent though, I think. Decent knowledge of certainly of the World Eaters. So I always approach it from a competitive, and we're talking like tournament. What is this going to be like against the meta? What can we expect its rules to be FAQ'd to be changed? Is this something that is an abuse that I just don't want to be that guy about and play? I ask questions and people get mad, like, oh, you're just abusing the rules. Like, no, I'm trying to find out if this is an abuse so I don't do it, or if the consensus is that this is a legit rule. I'm not going to, handicap myself. But yeah, so I always approach it from that angle. Just so you know, like, don't take, like, if you just play friendly games, like with your buddies, and you've got right now someone playing Tau or Tyranids, don't try and stomp them. Not that we're in like a much better position, but they're suffering. Oh, God forbid you've got someone who's playing Imperial Knights. I feel for them. Oh, that's going to be delicate. World Eaters Demon Engine themed army. That, yeah, the Demon Engines are like such a natural part of World Eaters. It's like, I know in the last few codexes, I can't remember the older codexes, too well, but I think how even going back to Road Trader, because I've been doing a little bit of research on the old Hammer stuff, and like they have the like Corn Tower of Skulls, the old Blood Slaughter is badass, just janky as hell, like the model, but really cool. Oh yeah, apologies I'm not doing like any super cool painting here, because I'm not a good painter. I'm literally just trying to get some paint on it. But yeah, Demon Engine or World Eaters armies, that's a cool, it works. I mean, like, hell, the Mauler Fiend, it looks like it should always be painted like a World Eaters colours. Doesn't look right when it's, like Alpha Legion, was it like blue, kind of greeny blue, sea blue, isn't it? Or Black Legion colours or anything. Yeah, they need to be like sort of crimson and gold, red and gold, Christmas colours. You're painting tonight. Can you show your model up to the camera? Yeah, yeah. Hold on. Let me use my right hand. So it might focus in a minute. Maybe not. This guy is not so great. The one I was... No, this... Okay, so this one I didn't paint just now, so let's show you that. This stuff is not painted. I'm literally just doing metallics, but it's not going to focus, is it? Right. I should put this in manual focus, but because I'm running through OBS and got a whole chain of crap to make the make the screen look halfway presentable for you out there on YouTube land, I'm just not competent enough. Like, the fact that I'm in focus right now is a success. But I don't know if you hear at the beginning of the video, my top camera up here, this one, is like an old shit camera. I'm literally, we ain't gonna get nothing on there. Look at that. Oh god, it's awful. That is gonna be as good as it gets. I just got it so there's like kind of, it from a distance it looks professional, but when you study this, it's an absolute fucking joke. I don't claim to be a hobbyist. I just love playing the game. What are you painting tonight, Andrew? You painting World Eaters? Wraith shifting. There we go. That is the Raven Guard or Corex, like sneaky, stealthy stuff. That makes, I do like the Raven Guard. Like I said, that was my first. Did I say that? Or it was my first army coming back when I picked up Space Marines and Orcs for me and my daughter to play. I painted as Raven Guard because I figured if I just spray them black, I can just do a few little white details here and there, and I've got an army, and that's what I did. And then I started enjoying basing, as in like making like rocky bases and stuff. So I gave them really cool bases, just not very good painted models. I want to see a Chaos Undivided Primarch like Lorgar Clock, fail Baden and spoil to take over Chaos. I like a Baden. He's grown on me. I understand why though. I would like Lorgar to be interesting. Lorgar and Korax are kind of tied up right now because old Korax was hunting him, wasn't he? At least the last bit of lore they released about. That's what I keep forgetting. Alright, does anyone else water down their metallic paints? I've heard it said to do it and to not do it. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's a case of it just depends on if you're good enough. And I'm just not good enough, but I don't know. I like I said, I hate paint metallics. Which is why I'm doing it on the stream, because that way I'm accountable and it might get done. But yeah, Lorgar I'd be okay with coming back as well. I'm okay with Lorgar. Corvus is his true form. I believe he is an amorphous blob of shadow. Yeah, okay. Perturabo would do a great uppercut on folks. Perturabo, man, I like. So what is that one book, the Horus Heresy, where Horus sends Perturabo to go collect Angron, and Perturabo just shoots the crap out of Angron, and Angron just fails. And I didn't mind that Perturabo won. I just hate that it just appeared really easy, I thought, for Perturabo to just mac Angron up. I mean, I know he had his first obliterator there with him as well, and you know there was a bunch of them shooting, if I remember right, but it just felt like, come on, like, I understand we've got to drive the narrative a little bit here by having this happen, you know, like Angron is a crazed beast and you need to rein him in. I get it, but don't make him die like that, or not die, but you know, like fail that bad. But that's what it is, I guess, ain't it? I'm the guy working on a Sangard Traitor Legion for Worldies. Oh yeah, trying to think up a decent colour scheme. Do you reckon just gold bathed in blood for the Blood God would do good, or something else? Alright, it sounds good for me. So Sanguinary Guard are normally, they're like, are they 100% gold, or do they have any like little feet? They are like literally golden statues, aren't they? I'm sure there's like, you know, a couple like leather straps or the oath papers, oaths of moment or whatever they call, like stuck to them. But yeah, they are generally just pure gold, aren't they? Why not? You know who would approve of that? Khorne would approve of that. If you're covering it in blood, I think it's good. World Eaters, they're red because they're basically covered in blood and they just stuck with it, right? I think it'd be fine. I think it could look pretty damn good, actually. I think Helldrake should be anti-armor, anti-air in combat with the flamer for any infantry in range. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, because they get like +1 to hit in combat against units with fly. They only get like 4 attacks, 5 on the chart. Excuse me, 3 or 4, and then I think they get Hateful Assault. But yeah, they're just so lackluster in every phase, other than like they're good for engaging all fronts. You know, stealing an objective early on, move blocking, but their combat and their shooting just isn't good. They need something. They need a role. They need a legit role. Make them a bit more offensive, or a bit more durable, or the ability to fly off and on the board, making them an actual flyer. But I kind of like their sort of like they're a flyer that's not a flyer role. I think that's cool. But anyway, pocket sand units. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're just like, everyone kind of is normally scared of them because they look cool. And you just throw them up the board and they worry about them. It's like, it's going to tickle you. It's not going to hurt. You might lose a couple guardsmen, but that's it. But go ahead. Don't pop my rhinos. Shoot the Helldrake. I'm okay with that. I just hope that GE managed to get their release schedule back on track, or GW, I guess you mean. There's a lot of codexes left to go for night. Yes, I know. Like the codex, like it's they've really slowed it down, and I understand why. I know a lot of it is out of their control. They're dealing with COVID, they're dealing with Brexit, dealing with all the like trade crap that's gone on because of everything in the world. I get it, but I would imagine most of this stuff was written, and if not printed as well, pre-COVID. They didn't just release Ninth with like 4 codexes written. No, this stuff was almost all ready to go. So I don't know why they're holding back, because with people being stuck at home, like the hobby's more popular than ever. You know, like literally, I don't want to say COVID has been good for the hobby, but people staying in, wanting to play board games and stuff, it's helped miniature gaming. It's helped us overall, and that's sad, but it's true. So they've got a tactic. Look, GW, they're $1 billion company. I can't possibly argue that their decisions, their financial decisions and choices are wrong, because I'm not $1 billion company. I pay my bills. I pay my mortgage on time. I pay my car payment on time, and I've always got food in the refrigerator. Not much more than that, but you know, I can afford to play Warhammer, and that's cool for me right now. Kids aren't going to go to college. Nah. I'll do that much for them. As long as this one leaves when she's 18. Good God. GW needs to get on track. I wonder what their final goal for is for Nightfall. They have more factions or fix them. Well, I don't want to talk. So I mentioned a little while ago about spoiler. I think we're going to get a new faction, and I think we may get 2 new factions. On the first hand, I think at some point we're going to get a Lost and the Damned kind of book, maybe just a supplement, but they got to give us proper rules for all the amazing Blackstone Fortress, like cultists, the Renegade Commissar, the Renegade Ogrin, because they got rid of the Forge World Renegades and Heretics, right? Like, you can't run Traitor Astra Militarum at the moment, other than the like janky rules that exist for the models for 40k, where you've got to like take 7 models of this and 2 Chaos Space Marines and Obsidious Maleks and stuff like that, and like get some weird ass formation. You can obviously sub them in as cultists, and they're probably the new official cultist model, but I'd love to see a Renegades and Heretics or Lost and the Damned army, and Dark Mechanicus as well. Oh, Dark Mechanicus would be so good. And I think we're probably either going to get more hints toward, if not an actual brand new faction, which will kind of be mirrored with existing model lines. But I'm not going to talk about it because it's one that was based on a character who's been spoiled for me in one of the whatever the new book is that's either not out yet or has been leaked. I can't remember, but I'm not going to spoil it here. If you know, not a Primarch, but kind of like a Primarch, and the people who are following him, and is he loyal? I think so. Well, to the Emperor at least. But that doesn't mean that the Imperium is going to like him. What colour do I need? I need gold. So yeah. They will fix the codexes, I hope, and the model ranges. We need Orc boys, my god. The amount of things we need is ridiculous. But I think we'll get the staples. We'll get our Chaos Codex, Orc Codex, Tyranid Codex, Eldar. We got Necrons, Tau. We'll get Tau as well. I think we'll get these within a year. I would say we'll get most of those by Christmas. At some point soon, they're going to do a knowledge bomb on us. They're going to drop. When do they normally have Warhammer Day in Coventry in England? I think that's where it is. The Coventry NEC. Their big official event. Because obviously we missed out on like Adepticon and most of the big toy fairs where they normally do these releases. But they do a Warhammer Day at some point. I want to say it's March or April, so we're probably not going to get that. But we're going to get, how we had those big previews for 9th when they finally dropped 9th and told us about it. They built that shit up. I think we'll get something like that. They'll start hyping it soon, springtime, late April. I think they'll start hyping something, start dropping rumours and stuff, and letting some potato cam leaks come out. Then we'll have a big either online or possibly in-person event, depending on how the state of the COVIDs is in the UK. Get an event, and I think they'll drop 4 codexes, and like these are our next 4 codexes coming out. We'll get a couple in between here and then they'll say, it's the season of chaos knights, chaos space marines, chaos demons, bang bang bang, or something, or the Xenos, summer of Xenos, or something. They'll do a themed thing like that. That's what I'm guessing. Has anyone else tasted Known Oil? No, I have not tasted Known Oil Chaotic Clock. No intention of it. I don't even know how you could accidentally do that. Like, I have my orange squash because it's too late for coffee. I'm not drinking beer. And my water, paint water, on separate halves of the desk. Like, I can't mess this up. So no, I've not tasted Known Oil, and I don't recommend you do. And I don't know why it tastes like burning rubber. Did I get paint here? I don't know. I don't really know what I'm doing. I wouldn't be watching Red Path if I wasn't a World Eater at heart. I have like 20,000 points at home. I've been playing World Eaters for as long as I've been in the hobby, 20 plus years. I understand that World Eaters are just the damn best. Best damn Legion there is. I want some old Hammer World Eaters models. Yeah, I've got one, like legit one. He's got a bolt gun. I don't know where he is right now. He's like, it's not even like a bad actor shooting the gun. He's like got it in the middle of his chest, like the butt of the gun is against his chest. And he's got like a weird mutated face and stuff like that. It's janky as hell. Obviously, designed by an English person who doesn't know how guns function. But I love the old Hammer models. I do, and I'm making a video literally on old Hammer World Eaters. That one's still gonna be a while though, because like I'm trying to make sure I get the research right, and I'm respectful of the history of it. Like I'm still also looking for like painted old Hammer models, because getting stuff from Stuff of Legends is fine if I can display someone's, like someone who's got like a legit World Eater old Hammer, like Renegades, because they went through like several naming conventions. World Eaters, Renegade Legions, or Legionaries, World Eaters Renegades, World Eaters Marines, World Eaters as one word, like all these weird little things. I think that was just like a printing error on the box, to be honest, but lots of cool little like nuggets of information. But anyway, so I'm making that video, or scripting that video I should say. I haven't started production on it, but that is something that I think is cool. I think old Hammer stuff is badass. What is your accent? Where are you from? I am from London, England. I'm an East Londoner. I'm a Cockney, but I have lived in the United States for the best part of 15 years. Go back. Try and go back every other year. That's obviously not the case at the moment, which is a shame because I miss my family. But yeah, I'm from East London. East London, Gov. Um, yeah, chaotic. I'm sorry. Don't drink no more. Lord of Skulls has been so devastating in games I've brought in that people have told me not to bring it anymore. Like, Lord of Skulls is good, but like it's like any. I know it's technically not Titanic, right? I don't think it has the Titanic keyword. Maybe it does, and I'm wrong. I don't have one. But like any large model like that, in 9th edition, if you're playing someone that brings knights or knight equivalents, you should have an easy time, unless like they're bringing a knight and a horde, something like that. That'd be an interesting matchup. But generally, that's not. It's like a knight and elites, you know, like Marines or something. Not that I've played anyone with a knight in quite a while. Not I've played anyone at all, like properly in a while. But if your opponent is not bringing significant obsec, it shouldn't be a hard game. I suppose if you're, depending on what you're running with your Lord of Skulls. And the Lord of Skulls is an interesting one, actually, isn't it? Because although it's a knight equivalent, it can still benefit from the Chaos Spoke because it's a Chaos Space Marine Codex model. It can still benefit from the most of the stratagems, at least, and rerolls and things like that, right? It's just, they're a pain in the ass now. I hate how prohibitive it is to run Lords of War. Like, I've got a Charybdis, right? The Assault Claw, big ass drop pod, and I've got such a meme list. I'm not saying it's a good list, but it's fun as hell because, you know, it. What I like about the Forge world is even now, where they're written by Games Workshop, they still like unit abilities, codex abilities. Generally, are rules breaks. So the big rule book, right, gives you all the rules, right? Excuse me. Codex abilities break those rules. Like Overwatch in 8th was the thing. Warp Talons, you can't use that. That rule broken. Or Overwatch is always on 6s. Tau, well, the Tau Sept, we're gonna do it on 5s. Every ability is essentially is a big rulebook rule broken in some interpretation. And the Charybdis breaks the rule, if you read it as written, of allowing more than half of your army to start off the board. Because, you know, big rule book, you have to start 50% of your points and models. Yeah, they changed it from power to points, I believe, on the board at the start of the game. The Charybdis technically allows you to get around that, as does the Dreadclaw, but not that that was what I was going to use it for, but I just like the idea of having 10 Red Butcher Terminators with Melter Guns and Lightning Claws in a Charybdis Assault Claw that drops down, well, I think 8, and then I think, did I have Khan in there? And oh yeah, it was right at the start of 9th. No, it wasn't. Whatever. A big blob of Red Butcher's Terminators and a Charybdis Assault Claw just dropping down turn 1. Because the Red Butchers don't get out. Because they can't disembark on the turn it lands, but the Charybdis can land turn 1 because it has that kind of drop pod ability. And it's a toughness 8, 16 or 18 wound model. 3 up, 5 up. No, it doesn't have a 5 up, it's not demonic, but it's got 3 up save, toughness 8, shit ton of wounds. Drop it down, you know, it's not a flyer, and it's not Titanic, so it can get the obscuring thing, if you can hide it well enough. Or give it -1 to hit with Benediction of Dart. No, you couldn't because of the faces. Anyway, okay, you drop it down, maybe it's got badass shooting. That's it. I would run Khan up behind it. I would advance Khan, drop the Charybdis. The Charybdis has got amazing guns. Like, if you've put Khan to give the rerolls to that Charybdis, like, it will wreck shit. Like, it legit, it kills. Oh, I forgot all their feet. Never mind. Fuck it. Let's just put some gold on there. Be alright. and then so they shoot, and if it doesn't make a charge, fine, and it's 300, 400 points. They can spend everything they've got shooting it, and they might blow it up. And then with a bit of luck, because of the positioning, I would disembark the Terminators where they can't get to them, because that has been my plan in where I place the Charybdis, is to allow the Terminators to jump into cover or behind LOS obscuring terrain or something. Then they've got a blob of red butchers, you know, within walking distance. Deal with that, fucker. I've got 2 Chaos Battle Force boxes sitting waiting for a codex. I'm afraid to build anything. Yeah, I understand, like, the whole loadout thing. Like, I've made a video on that, which, well, I don't know. It's so annoying. Like, yeah, they just need to release the damn codex. Release the codex, GW. Because, yeah, I understand, like, I don't want to buy any more models. Like, okay, I do want to buy models, but I don't, because I don't know what to get. Like, and it's not even about what's going to be good. It's like, am I going to buy something that's no longer even a usable, like, are they going to legend some shit? I don't know, because we've got so many units with old ass models, you just don't know. I don't think they will, but it's like one of those things, isn't it? Fuck it, he's good enough. I'm gonna stick around for about another 15 minutes, everyone. I've been up since 4 this morning, and it's 20 to midnight, and I've got to get up at 5, which is great. But I just figured I'd hang out with you guys. I mean, my painting ain't worth shit, is it? So let's see. The 2, yeah, waiting for the Death Guard and how it changes the loadouts. I know, I feel that frustration. I'm hoping to God that they don't force the Berserker loadouts based on the old Berserker box on us, because it'll be mandatory pistols. Because you get, in the Berserker box of 12 models, you get 12 pistols, 6 axes, 6 chainswords, and 3 plasma pistols. No, I don't even think you get any other options for the champion. I think it's sword and pistol, and plasma pistol, and chain axe. So if they make that matter, which I don't think they will, once I was digging into it a bit after I released that video, newer kits, so Havocs and Terminators might get locked, just based on that. But older kits, like the Chaos Lord in the Death Guard Codex, the only unit in there that can take a chain axe. There isn't even a Chaos Lord model technically. There's Obsidian, the Black Legion guy with the Thunder Hammer, that Dean painted for me. I was on my work there. Berserk painting Dean painted for me. I've shown him off quite a few times. That model is monopose with a Thunder Hammer and plasma pistol. But the Death Guard Lord can take just about anything, but there's no model that currently can do that, right? I'm not doing this shit, am I? You was curious, so you tried it. It tastes like burning rubber. Okay, you know what? That's how every good thing we've got in the world was discovered, because someone was curious. Someone did something stupid and turned out, you know, I discovered penicillin or something like that. You think the new Bellicor model is a hint for a Chaos Space Marine Codex, hopefully soon after the Jukari Codex release. Keep up the amazing. Thank you, Adam. Appreciate it. So, I think Bellicor certainly signals Chaos Demons, right? He's got to. The model is legit, though. Like, that Bellicor model is... Like, I've got a few demons. Excuse me. Got some Bloodletters, Demon Prince, Demon Bloodletter on a Juggernaut, whatever that's called, Skullmaster, Skull Taker, Skullhead, Skullface, I don't know. So they're all skull something, or Bloodmaster, Bloodhunter, I don't know. But I want that Bellicor. If I could honestly do a good enough painting job for that. So good. I think it means Chaos Demons has got to be on the way, I think. That's what I think. But I would love to see them just pump out all the Chaos Codexes. But I don't think they will. But they might. But I don't think they will. I don't know. Look, fingers crossed. Tanya the War Mistress is here. Hello, Tanya. Dark Mechanicus would be sick. Yes, right. I just think there's so much potential there with the Blackstone Fortress is what I'm thinking of. The Blackstone Fortress. What was like the acolytes, not acolytes, little gribbly guys. I don't know. I'm sure you all know what I mean. I'm losing consciousness at this point. Not consciousness. I'm losing my capacity for adequate cerebral thought. Leviathan purple is gross. Leviathan purple. Leviathan purple. I haven't smoked weed in years, and I think, did I completely miss part of the conversation here? I don't know. Is that a paint colour? Screamer pink? Pink horror? I don't know. Okay. Tillamook approves. Shyish purple makes some amazing shadows, so I approve, Tony. So I'm assuming we're talking about a colour, a shade of purple here. Leviathan purple is gross. Tillamook approves. Tillamook, what do I know that word? I don't know. However, pro acryl colours are the only way to paint. This is getting technical. This is like waking up in a science class when I was in a secondary school and being asked a question about, so what does glyphosate do? I don't know, sir. Thank you so much for your time. The channel was a ton of fun and it's super inspiring. I hope you get more days off soon. Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you very much, Damien. I absolutely appreciate that. Look, I work. I hate my job. I'm not gonna talk too much about it. Not that it's secret or anything. I just don't want to badmouth my employer because I need my job. But I don't know how I was classified as an essential worker. I'm not, like, I work in an office, but it's in the food industry and logistics, so but whatever. And honestly, the amount of overtime I've been able to get and the money I've been able to make has really helped out. Now, even with that, like, my wife's a real estate agent, and normally she out earns me just by a little bit. The year before last by a little bit, but we was thinking she was going to see I might be able to retire because she's really good at her job. And this year, because of COVID, it's hurt a lot of industries, obviously, and now she's still done amazingly, and because she could sell anything to anybody, but being able to work the amount I've worked, it's a job. I have the option to, if I do not want to be there, I don't have to be there, but I show up because I'm a puppet for this capitalist circus, I guess. Just, I don't know. So I'm not mad about working. I have a job. I'm fortunate. I'm fairly, I'm in a good position in life. I can't complain about that. I've got a lot of stuff that a lot of people don't. What city am I in? Well, I don't necessarily want to give that information away on a live stream. Oh, Adam, have a great night. Get some rest. I look tired. Yes, I am tired. I'm going to give it another 5-10 minutes. I've given up painting. My wet palette, which I cleaned out especially for this, has 2 splotches of paint, and they'll be there tomorrow. But I look tired. Yeah. But thank you for being here, Adam. What city am I in? Forever weren't. Um, yeah. So I'm in the southern half of Ohio. I'm south of Columbus and north of Cincinnati. Um, if anyone is in that region, um, and want, like we're talking vaccinations are done and we're safe with gaming and stuff, I'm absolutely happy to meet up with people in real life, in a gaming store, in a public place sort of thing. But we can discuss that if you're in the Discord. That's something we discuss there. I don't want anyone to give away personal details, certainly not on the live stream. But I'm happy to say I live in the southern half of Ohio, and if anyone is in that region or travels in that region, hit me up in Discord if you ever want to meet up for a game when it's safe to do so. For me, that will be certainly when I'm vaccinated, and once the government says it's safe, probably a couple of months after that, because just because none of they're all in it. None of them are really caring about people. I'm sorry. I don't want businesses to suffer. I don't want people to suffer. But in this country and also in the UK, I think it's been handled ham-fistedly. I'm going to stop there because I'm just going to go on for hours. I could rant for hours about this sort of thing. I think we have been fucked, and especially poorer people have been fucked by our government's treatment of this thing. Anyway, I'm going to end that point there. You're in Western New York, close enough from that. Yeah, okay. GT. When is it? Because I've been looking at BCP, and I'm really thinking about the one in New Jersey, the big ITC one, which is in July, August time, I want to say, or is it June? Because that's kind of like, I'm looking at least midsummer before I want to. I'd go to something big right now. I would, if it was safe to do so. It's not. November. Oh, Du Bois GT. Okay. In never eat shredded wheat. Western New York. Sorry. I liked atlases, but that doesn't mean I can remember my cardinal points without doing a. So Western New York, yes, that's not bad, is it? Because it's just the way someone made a jigsaw puzzle out of the United States. Rochester, okay, yes. I used to play Vampire the Masquerade Redemption, the old PC early version of an MMO. We're talking pre-World of Warcraft here, with someone from Rochester, so that I know where it is, because we used to. He used to send me Reese's, and I used to send him something from England, I think. Oh my god, 20 years ago. I was in university. But yes, I have an idea of where Rochester is, because we also want to go to Niagara Falls at some point, and just like we go up to Cleveland or Erie, and then just drive along, and then we hit like Buffalo and Rochester and stuff like that, right? Okay, November time. Look, we're either going to be in Mad Max land, or that might be a possibility. My God, if we're not able to safely play, then I mean, I've got no problem wearing masks post COVID. I think we could learn a lot from other countries that did that. I'm not trying to argue that it should be mandatory or anything, but as a best practice might be an idea. But yeah, okay, I would consider that. I was talking to my wife yesterday or the day before. Time no longer means anything, and because we want to go away, we want to have a little us vacation, but also take my daughter somewhere interesting. She always gets to come to England every other year, which, for the kids around here is like, oh my God, you go to England, that's amazing. But it's like, that's all we ever do. And I was like, I haven't seen much of this country. I've lived here for the best part of 15 years, and I've been to New Orleans and a couple other places, and not really. I want to see some more places. So we was talking about where to go. I was like, hey, Atlantic City in New Jersey, She's like, why do you want to go there? Well, there's a war happens. Oh, okay. I said, what about next year at the LVO in Las Vegas? She said, you said you didn't want to go to Las Vegas. I was, wow, that was years ago, because I know if I go gambling, I'm gonna bankrupt us. But now I don't need to gamble. I just go and play with toy soldiers. And then she was like, well, what is there that me and Holly could do? It's like, well, you know, you got the Grand Canyon and Hoover Dam and stuff. She's like, that, you can't go there, that's in Arizona. I was like, just fucking next door. I'm a foreigner and I know this stuff. But yeah, wow, yeah, look at me totally zoning out here, and just look, every time I'm, because no one's talking, you're typing, but like I'm not being challenged, I'm not being told to shut the fuck up. So doubles, you need a partner. Okay, we'll see. Let's see what we look like in November time. Okay. I think, quite frankly, my people, at 10 to midnight on the 9th of March 2021, I'm going to have to call it a night for now. Thank you all so very, very much for being here and bullshitting with me. It's totally awesome. 14 people in the chat room. That is absolutely fucking amazing, because I thought I'm just going to randomly paint on stream for a couple hours, maybe an hour, and chat with a couple people, and you all showed up, and that's awesome. You are brilliant. So yes, I appreciate all of you being here and just hanging out for a little while. Sorry that I just go off on mad tangents. I do that anyway. I can't blame that on being tired. I'm terrible. My train of thought, I just ramble. I've always rambled. But yeah, but that's the privilege of being the only one with a microphone, right? But yeah, thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching me put about. I did 2 shoulder pads. Oh, right. How many? Yeah, you can't see that because I'm shit with this stuff. I did 2 shoulder pads and some weapons. You know what? These are the first models I've put paint on this year. I fucking painted something. You know what? That's good. Maybe now I've actually got paints and I cut my paintbrushes, because these were brand new paintbrushes that I bought from Walmart like 6 months ago or something. Now I've oh shit, I haven't got any soap. Forgot what I was saying. Paintbrushes, forgot. Walmart. I don't know. These are the first fucking models I've painted this year. In fact, in probably a year. I primed some homemade terrain the other day. Literally primed it black. And I actually want to try and make a video on that, on how to not paint stuff. Honestly, I'm not too bad with terrain. I kind of enjoy it because it's bigger and you can see your mistakes, and I can use big brushes and not feel like such a gorilla, like with big fat hands, unable to do precision work, which isn't an excuse. My hands aren't even that big gorilla-like. Yes. I've been trying to say goodbye for 5 minutes now. Okay, I'm doing it. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm going to try, like I was saying earlier, to my people in Australia, who was from South Korea. I know you were here. I know you're here somewhere. I want to remember names here. Was it Sebastian? So we had Sebastian was from Bolivia, and Lehman, you're in the UK, or were okay. Bryant, you were in South Korea. So for all my folks here, yeah, Bryant there. Okay, there you go, Bryant. For all my folks in those time zones, I will try and do this kind of like late night thing. Normally I work night shift, so I'm actually normally mentally competent when I do these things, or if I do them in the future, but it's just because I've actually got a couple of days off right now, and I'm on a day shift for 2 days, so I can take my daughter to school and see her and have conversations with her, which is amazing. Oh, US military, okay, man. So yeah, I was trying to say goodbye. I will keep trying to do these late night things to hang out with you folks from the other time zones that sometimes get a little bit forgotten. And you know, if you're serving abroad, I will. Hopefully, this is a convenient time for you. Normally, be more like 2 a.m. here. Okay, let's see if I can do this again. So I got the time in South Korea right on first guess, and I didn't even cheat last time. And so at 2 a.m. it'd be 4 p.m. in the afternoon in South Korea. If it's 2 a.m. in the morning in the United States, let's see, or have I completely forgotten how to do that time zone? But whatever, it'd be afternoon for people over in that part of the world. And I think I really need to make this good night. I've now got 5 hours to get some sleep, and it's going to take me an hour to go to sleep because I've got to read. I'm rereading Anger on Slave of Nuceria, and it's getting to the good stuff. Okay, 2 p.m. So it's 12 hours. How hard was that for me to? And I still missed out. Everyone, I'm gonna hit the stop streaming button. Okay. Love you all. Good night. Stay healthy. Stay safe. And kill, maim, burn, motherfucker.